Who are the top legendary characters in all of Marvel Strike Force? Well, that is exactly what I'm talking about in this video. So if you guys want to see how the legendaries are rated from top to bottom, guys, I think you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I'm back. Welcome to the channel. Hope you are having a great day. In this video, I am breaking down the legendary characters, rating them from top to bottom, best to worst, or actually we're going to do that in reverse order. So yeah, so you can see which are the best legendaries in my opinion and the worst. Now, a lot of these legendary characters are very, very good, and let's go check them out real quick, guys. Boom. These are the legendary characters in the game right now. One of them I personally don't consider a legendary, and that is this one, Ironman, because this event is always here. But if you've been playing Marvel Strike Force, you know exactly what I mean by legendary characters. And if you are newer to the game, basically these legendary characters are unlocked. The only way to unlock them is with a set of at least 5 other characters, and you do their event. And that is how you get shards for these characters and can start to build them that way. Now, the first one that we got was Ironman. Came out a long time ago. Was an okay character when he got released, and is still an okay character right now. Then I'm not sure of the order. We either got Fury or StarLord. Both of them pretty good characters at the time they were released. Fury was a part of the meta when he was released. Then after that, we got Magneto. Then came our girl, the legendary Cherie, and we finally got not Black Widow. This is Phoenix. We got Phoenix, we got Invisible Woman, and then the latest legendary character to be released is Black Bolt. So these are who are the legendary characters in the game, but how do they rate from top to bottom? We are going to count them down. To remind you guys before I get to this countdown that BlueStacks is my emulator of choice, and is a great way that you can support the channel for totally free. You could download that to your computer, and you could play Marvel Strike Force or any other Android game on your computer. So let's clear this list off and let's get to the countdown, guys.
Number 8.
Yes, and coming in at number 8 is in fact Ironman. I don't know if there was a lot of question in people's end who would be coming in at the bottom. A lot of these other legendary characters are very, very good, perhaps even god tier, but Ironman is just a very good character, and he is probably just a very good character at the time of his release. So why was he rated so low? Well, for one, I don't even consider him a legendary character at this point. The rest of these characters, their events rotate around. Iron Man has a permanent event, and you can unlock him with 5 shield characters. Pretty easy to farm for early and mid game players, and he does have a vital role in that power armor team. But if we look at usage, where are a lot of people using power armor? Not really using them in arena, not really using them into the raids. So pretty much the only place that power armor has a lot of viability is on war offense primarily, and then in blitz. So because of the team and the role that he has right now, he gets bumped down the list a little bit more, but still a good character, very easy unlock, definitely a character worth going for, but should not be a huge priority unless you are really starting to really build their power armor team.
Number 7.
And when it breaks my heart that StarLord is this low, but I would say at this point in the game, when comparing him to other legendary characters, I would have to rate him as the worst true legendary character. But if I had to rate him overall in the game, probably still would be in that god tier character. So from 7 to 3, like I said, we are splitting hairs here. All of these characters are good. Now, depending where you are in the game, StarLord might actually be rated a lot higher for you. I think for beginning players, for mid-game players, StarLord has a lot of value, especially if you haven't went through Dark Dimension 2 yet. He is part of that Minerva battery, giving her energy and allowing her to do that damage, and just allowing you to get Ultron a lot quicker. So it's still a very, very good character to go after, but from what I am seeing in an end game, I just don't see him having as much value as I did when I was a beginning player. When I was a mid-game player, just loses value as you start to unlock some of these other characters. Now, the good thing about StarLord is that he is one of these characters that is unlocked by his team. So you farm Guardians, you can plug him right into that Guardians team and you're not losing a bunch. Some of these other ones, as you will see, as you may already know if you've been playing this game for a while, are unlocked by some weird teams that really have no relation to this character. But StarLord, the good thing about him, he is unlocked by his team. The Guardians can unlock him. You could also use Ravagers as well, but Ravagers, they don't really have a role right now as I'm recording this. So let's talk about the current meta, because StarLord, I don't really see him in an arena team. So I don't see him on defense. I don't really use him on offense, so loses a little bit there. Still usable in the raids a little bit. Once in a while, I am still using him in some of these Greek raids. But I'm not a lot of value in Ultima 7. Now, if your alliance is running Ultima 6, he is part of that BKT team, which is very, very valuable in that Ultima 6. Allows you to pretty much auto run that whole lane in Ultima 6. But as you get to Ultima 7, loses value because he's just not getting all that energy, not doing as much damage with the tougher enemies. So StarLord, good character, good unlock, and depending where you are in the game, he might even be as high as number 3 for you. But I had to put him in number 7. So that's where he is at. Let's move on with this list, guys.
Number 6.
Oh, and coming in at number 6, one of the best characters in the game, still one of the best characters in the game as he was released, is my boy Nick Fury. Kind of a weird unlock. He requires some Kree minion characters, which was kind of controversial at the time of his release. I think people have kind of accepted the weirdness of the Kree unlock for Nick Fury, but he does a lot of good things. He calls some summons that can help out with the battle, especially that shield operative that could put stealth on a character very, very low in health. He spreads buffs to other characters on the team, so not just valuable in that pure shield team, and is still part of one of the toughest arena defense teams out there when you pair him with Coulson and some of the other shield minions. So very, very good character. And like I said, can be rated a lot higher depending where you are in the game right now. So this is dependent on where you are at in the game. Nick Fury can be very, very valuable for you. But just based on some of the usage I see in other characters, not very high. I don't see him at all on arena. In arena defense, I don't use him on arena offense, and still usable in some of these Greek raids right now. I could put a full shield team in there, and yeah, they could auto some of these early nodes in these Greek raids. There's a few of these Greek raids that require skill characters, and I love still using my shield team, but it really has fallen off in the meta as far as I'm concerned. But still a great war defense team, still a great blitz team with shield, and adds a lot of value to other teams as well. So good character, like I said, still probably god tier, but as far as comparing him to these other legendary characters, I have to rate him at number 6.
Number 5.
And coming in at number 5 is the counter to Fury. He was originally the counter to that meta Fury shield team, and kind of lost it a little bit when Coulson came out, but now that Blob and Toad are here, it looks like he is a big counter to Coulson again. Now, Magneto unlocked by mutants, so another character that makes sense for his unlock, which is a huge benefit for him. But I had to give him the nod over Fury just because Magneto can counter Fury head to head, or Magneto's team, the Brotherhood with Blob and Toad, can counter Fury's best team with Coulson or whatever when you go head to head with these characters. So he gets a little bit of a nod for me, but he is still a character that I see sometimes in arena defense. I don't use him in arena offense personally, but I know that there's a lot of people that are still running him in arena defense, and that blind that he can apply to your team with his ultimate is still pretty annoying. So I did have to give him a nod there. Still usable in some of these Greek raids as well. There's some mutant nodes that I still use him in, and still has some value in certain nodes of the raids. I personally don't use him in Ultima 7, but perhaps as a backup team, if all my main characters die, I would throw in that Brotherhood just to get a little bit extra damage. But as it stands right now, Magneto coming in at number 5, guys.
Number 4.
Sue Storm coming in at the number 4 spot, and yeah, she's a very good character, one of the best protectors in the game, versatile, not just a member of that Fantastic Four team, but also a member of one of the early good Ultimate 7 teams. And she's still a current backup for my Ultimate 7 team. I also see her a lot in Arena. Now, she has a very weird unlock as well. Sinister 6 characters are used to unlock the Invisible Woman, which is kind of weird. I don't know if there's any relationship between those two characters, but the Fantastic Four, I use them on Arena Offense, one of the best Arena Offense teams, with the Invisible Woman on there, just giving them the barriers and giving the team stealth and clearing and putting offense down on the enemies. So she does a lot of good things. And like I said, I still see her a lot on Arena Defense. I don't use her on Arena Offense, but she makes that a little tricky. She makes that kill a lot harder on Arena Defense when I run into her. And if you don't have Yo-Yo and some of these other characters, probably can still be on your A team for Ultimate 7 if you're running them. If you're an earlier game player, I don't know if she has a lot of value. I don't know if she's one of the meta characters for Ultimate 6, but definitely still use her a lot in the Greek raids. Anything that Yo-Yo's not available for, she's an awesome protector because of that barrier that she installs. Plus, she has a little bit of counters when she does that. So she's a good character. Splitting hairs between number 4 and number 3. So let's move on, guys.
Number 3.
Oh, and coming in at the number 3 spot is my girl, a legendary Cherie. And she was kind of a meme when she first came out. I think a lot of people, including myself, were very surprised when she was the legendary character that was kind of associated with that huge Avengers movie Endgame. And it was kind of weird. And then her team was a little disappointing. So I think she got disrespected a little bit just because that Wakandan team was billed as that ultimate raid team. Cherie was an important member of that team, kind of made that team tick, and didn't really have a lot of use until Ultimate 7 came out. And she is on my primary Ultimate 7 team right now. Puts defense up on the team. Isn't supposed to put deflects on everybody, but she does put deflects on everybody, so that gives her a little more value. Plus, she is one of the better healers in the game as well. Not just a member of that Wakandan team. Now, she's another person that I see on Arena Defense a lot and can make that win a little bit tricky. So still a part of that Arena meta, at least for defense. I don't use her on offense at all, but she's very good there. And like I said, very key member of that Ultimate 7, my primary Ultimate 7 team. And if you guys are wondering, said this a lot, but if you guys are still wondering who my primary Ultimate 7 team is, it is Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Ultron, Cherie, and Scientist Supreme. I think that team does very well, and she's a key member of it. She's a primary healer for that team and gets that defense ups as well. And Cherie also had a little bit of a weird unlock method using Spider-Verse characters. Not really sure what the connection there with Cherie and the Spider-Verse team was, but yes, to unlock her, build up your Spider-Verse, so you can actually use Sinister 6 and unlock both Invisible Woman and Cherie. So double benefit there, guys. Good character, but now it's time to get to number 2 and number 1 characters. And both of these characters, in my opinion, are very good. You can make the argument for either one being number 1, the other one being number 2, but let's see how I rated them, guys.
Number 2.
Yes, I had to go with Phoenix at number 2. And for me, it came down to usage. Now, she is one of the best offensive characters in the game. I think she is an important part of that Arena Offense team, an important part of that Arena Defense team. But with that number 1 character, he does a little bit more. The one weakness I would say for Phoenix is when trying to clear multiple nodes in the raids. She's very good if you're trying to clear one node. She has a lot of power, especially for that opening wave. Multiple waves, she kind of loses it because once Dark Phoenix is summoned, not as strong of a character, but a lot of the combination with her and then that summon of Dark Phoenix just does a lot of damage, clears debuffs off your team, clears buffs off the enemy team, and just does so much. Is an awesome character. Like I said, you could easily make the argument for this character to be number 1, but for me, it came down to usage and just not as good of a raid character. But if you're someone that values Arena more, I think she's a little more valuable in Arena. I've seen a lot of great teams in Arena that have the #1 character, but every single Arena team has this character, Phoenix. So very, very good, and I definitely can see the argument for both. Obviously is one of the best, if not the best, offensive war teams, and yeah, they could auto 8.3 in Blitz, so she definitely has a lot of value there, guys. All right, and to unlock Phoenix was a little bit controversial. The villain mystic controllers, we did not have Hela at the time. We had to use 2 bad characters, Nobu and Hand Assassin, but the other characters were pretty good. Ronin, Mordo, and Loki, all pretty good characters. But now you can use Hela if you want to unlock her. But villain mystic controllers, not sure what the relationship with those characters and Phoenix are, but those are that is how you unlock Phoenix. And I think it is time to move on to #1. I think it's no surprise who #1 is, though, guys.
#1.
Yes, surprise, surprise, it is Black Bolt. And if we're talking about controversial unlocks, it is the currently sort of farmable as Guardians. They've recently made an announcement on the Strike Time episode that Hela and Sif would become farmable within this month, but as of me recording this, they are currently not farmable. Was the first of all of these characters to not get zero free-to-play characters, free-to-play players would be able to unlock Black Bolt, and it looks like a very small percentage of free-to-play players will be able to unlock him on his second legendary event. So a little bit of a controversy with Black Bolt, but with that aside, that does not change the fact that he is a very, very valuable character. Like Phoenix, is a huge damage character, works very well in conjunction with Yo-Yo. All of these legendary characters, by the way, have their own protectors that they work very, very good with. Invisible Woman being the exception. She is the protector. But Black Bolt, he got the nod for me because of usage. I'm using him in Arena offense. I'm using him in Arena defense. I'm using him as my primary Ultimate 7 team, which is what I mentioned before. And I'm using him in the Greek raids as well. Any node that he is eligible for in the Greek raids, I use that Black Bolt combo, and then obviously one of the top Arena offense teams and Blitz. Pretty much an auto win with Blitz with the Inhuman. So Black Bolt gets the nod from me, and in my opinion, currently is the top character. But like I said, all of these characters are very, very good. I think you can make the argument for Phoenix or Black Bolt being #1 or 2. And you can make the argument from any of these 3 to 7 characters being in any of these spots. And that is probably going to come down to usage for you. And then I don't think it's any argument that Ironman is the worst legendary character if you still consider him a legendary character, guys. So that is it, guys. Those are my picks for the legendary characters in ranked order. Like I said, you can make an argument for some of these characters to be changed around in the order. And if you have a difference of opinion than I do, then definitely let me know in the comments. A lot of my list was based on my usage, but depending where you are, your usage may be totally different. So let me know, guys, in the comments. I look forward to reading them. I look forward to other opinions, and I look forward to how you guys are using these characters if you are a newer player and if you are a mid-game player as well. That is it. More videos to come, guys. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash on that like button, join the notification squad, ring that bell, guys. There's some links down below that support the channel. Like I mentioned, BlueStacks earlier. Awesome emulator. There's some Valley merch. There's some other things. There's some links to some other games that I play. Dragon Champions, World War II. Channel gets credit if you use those links to install as well. And I will see you guys next time. Make sure you guys check me out on social media, and I will see you later. Hulk fist bump, baby. ValleyFlyin out.